A bit of a different show. My father, Robert Ferguson, died on Sunday. And I was in Scotland last week, and I said goodbye. So tonight, it may not be a flowing or accomplished piece of television that you're going to see, but I don't care. And I want to tell you, if I get weepy and I don't want any slow camera zooming in and music and stuff like that, you don't need to manufacture the drama. My heart's broken, my father's dead, that's enough. But we tell favourite stories about the person that's passed, and we they're not always very flattering for that person either. It's kind of a roast in sometimes. It's a celebration of a human being with faults and quirks and all the idiosyncrasies that go with being a person. And my father was certainly that. And my father, thanks. My father believed in hard work, and I believe that's how my father expressed love. There's something spiritual in hard work. I think spirituality is not all about aromatherapy and scented candles. I think for my dad it was about getting up early and working hard and making a better life for his kids, and that's what this man did. Every Christmas in the post office there was something called the pressure. The mail started to build up and more mail, and all the postal workers were, working 12-hour shifts all the time. It was crazy amount of work they were doing. And now I think it's called going postal. Then it was called... And he worked his ass off the whole month of December, but every Christmas morning he would wake up with me and my brother and my sisters and help put the presents together. He must have been bone tired. But he did it, and he never mentioned how tired he was. But I think he must have been tired. My father was a great whistler. I don't know if that's important, but I remember it. He could do that vibrato thing. It's fantastic. And he loved the Roadrunner cartoons. I've said that here. It really made him laugh. I know. I don't get it either, but he loved the Roadrunner. He also loved the Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird and Sylvester. He loved how stupid Sylvester was. I don't know why. That cat's stupid. That bird wins all the time. That's just... I loved watching television with my dad. He had very unique viewing habits, me and him. And when I was watching television with him, I used to sit in front of him, and he would sit behind me, and he'd put his hand on my head. And I loved that. And he did it last week in the hospital. Probably the first time in 35 years or something. From his bed, he put his hand on my head like that, and it was amazing. It was great. He was a man of few words, my dad. I get to talking from my mother's side of the family, but I was never in any doubt about that he loved me. He wasn't from a generation of people that said, "Son, we need to talk about our feelings. Let's hug." He was not. My dad would just say, "Aye," but you knew what he meant when he said, "Aye." And the relationship that I have with my father is not unlike the relationship I have with the old country. With Scotland, I complain about it, I grumble about it, I can be mean about it sometimes, but I love it beyond reason. It's where I'm from, it's what I am. I miss him. You didn't know him. That's your loss. He was a great man, and it's hard to say goodbye to people. It's hard to say goodbye to parents. And when I left my dad, we got it straight. I said goodbye to him, and I couldn't speak, so a gesture came to me which I felt worked, and I think he knew it as well. I punched my chest and I threw him my heart. Good night, Dad.